There's so many pieces to him. He's kind, wonderful, sexy, arrogant. There was just a whole spectrum of people wrapped up in that one person. He talked about not knowing his father, and that troubled him. And when he met his father, he didn't like how his father handled him with his mom.
I promised him, before I leave this world, I'm going to let you see your dad. I'm going to look him up, and I'm going to find him, and I'm going to let you see your father. And I did just that when he was 11 years old. And we dressed to kill that day. Wow. And I turned to Teddy, and I said, this is your father. And he looked up at him, and he dropped his head real quick. And I said, honey, look at your father. Make sure when you see him again, you will know who he is. Me and Teddy, we got on a trolley and started back for home. The next time we saw him, he was in his coffin. I give myself away. Give myself away so you can use me.
At the funeral, I remember going up and seeing his body, but I had no real connection with him. But when my mother cried, I cried because it was important to her. For the first time, it hit me in my face that my father is old, that he didn't acknowledge my existence. Or they're all coincidentally, they're all born the same year by 2 different women.
You know, he always said that
right now,
because his father wasn't in his life, he always wanted to be in our lives, no matter what. You know, at times he could be selfish, or he felt like it was always all him, that he had to always do everything. Whereas though, you know, that probably came from the fact that he didn't have anybody to lean on growing up. So it made him strong, but it also made him feel like he was all he had.
He just wanted to protect us from the world. I guess he lived and he saw it all, and he just didn't want us to go through half of the things that he went through.
Get talking for me one time.
I like him most of the time, but he's the kind of guy that he made you love him, you loved him. If he made you mad, he made you mad.
And he had a tremendous ego. He also had a tremendous talent. And I was trying to imagine what it would have been like to be thrust into the limelight, into being a star at the pace that happened for him.
What a complicated guy. What a complicated man. A weird combination of ego and vulnerability at the same time. And I do think, you know, a lot of those characteristics are what helped him put those songs over.
Five platinum albums in a row.
That's some kind of record. That's some check. Come on, Cal. Let me squat.
Why don't you tell the others with platinum albums? Or maybe they don't.
Yeah, platinum's better than 1 million copies were sold.
Yes.
Gold is 500,000.
Platinum is twice as much.
My elementary school was on 315 Broad Street. Philly International, I believe, was 313. So all Broad Street knew when Teddy Pendergrass was in proximity, because the sound of shrieking women shouldn't be that loud at 12 p.m. in the afternoon. The second you start hearing these shrieks, it's like, oh, yeah, Teddy Pendergrass is over. It was chaos. And he ate it up. Teddy Pendergrass was Philadelphia's king, his prince.
He's a sleek-looking guy. Brown brother, nice hair, nice features, and dressing sharp. When you ride with Teddy, it was an adventure because you have his drink here, his pistol here, and whatever other paraphernalia he had. And right, I'm hanging on. He said, "What's wrong, Just? You scared?" Goddamn right.
The only thing I ever worried about with Ted is the police gave him such a hard time in Philadelphia that I never knew when something might happen. Whenever they saw his car, they were right behind us and they were following him and just looking for an opportunity.
Well, I lived in Philadelphia from 65 to 70, some tough years down there for relations between the races.
Yes,
you know, yes, very tense moments in North Philadelphia on 9th Street.
My ghetto.
I got to know the neighborhood rather well.
I've got a couple scars that I can show you that from some of those days. It was rough.
I was leaving the house once. I was 14 and started walking the house on the street. And I saw two guys rushing a guy up. So I went to the other side of the street.
Somebody dropped a dime. And because the police saw him, everybody ran. Well, then Teddy ran too.
A police car stopped. They were talking about a man with yes, I love it, but
He was innocent. He didn't do what the police said he did. Somebody was robbed or something, and he fit the profile, and he was locked up.
When we had the hearing, Teddy told a story. The judge said, but you shouldn't have run. So they took him to the Youth Study Center. He called me, Mom, come and get me. He said, 5 months, I think it was.
one of those with trouble with stuff. You don't do it. I saw it the establishment were big deals. I saw it police were big deals. I saw it white people were big deals. The things that happened were traumatic.
Had my dreams so near, I could reach out and touch it, and I lost it, and I lost it.
The police would come by the house, and of course it escalated, and next thing you know, they're taking him off in handcuffs.
The police harassed him a lot. And, you know, Teddy didn't take any stuff from anybody. And if he felt he was right, he was going to stand up for himself. And here's this big black man with a Rolls Royce, millionaire. So the police felt like, you know, that's a target.
You got them Teddy jeans?
We were ready, and we had all these elements, and we had a clear path to stardom. You could just feel that he was going to be what I used to call the Great Black Hope.
My mark is very loyal to him, and I'm very, very grateful to that, and I would never, ever leave it. But what I want to do is expose my way of doing things to other marketplaces and give them a chance to say whether they like it or not.
He was positioned to be really a major artist, crossover artist. So he had that talent, and he had the music behind him, and he had the right management team.
his job was to become, at least I felt, and I think he felt the same, to become the Black Elvis.
He's about to go worldwide, and he would be a total phenomenon, you know, that range of Prince or Michael Jackson, whatever. He was getting ready to take it to another level, you know. I could see that coming.
Everything was waiting for him. Movies, television, everything.
Now, my darling, wherever you are, maybe I should say that again. Said, my darling, wherever you are, won't you please listen to my song?
We were on the way, but we still didn't cross over yet. It was trying to. We're just finding the right couple of songs. Teddy had asked me to do an arrangement on Lady, and it made a lot of sense to do that because Teddy's voice would have brought in the Black audience, but the choice of songs would have brought in the white audience, and the combination of the two would have been a hit.
Lady, I'm your knight in shining armor, and I love you. You have come into my life and made me whole. And forever, let me wait to see you each and every morning. Let me hear you whisper softly in my ear. I see no one else but you. There's no one else. Oh yes, I'll always want you near me. And moving what she do is that I let it for so long. See your love is the only love that I'll ever need. And right here beside me. Oh, that's where I want you to be forever and ever. 'Cause my love, oh my love, there's something I want you to know. Something I've just got to let you know. That you're the love of my life.
You know, we had a little ritual that we would go to the basketball game to see Julius. Watch the game, and sometimes go out afterwards. And I said, well, let's get out of here. Let's stop at this little club we knew. While I was sitting in the lobby, I saw this person, and everything she had on was too revealing.
I saw Teddy again at a club, the Warwick Hotel, 17th and Locust. He was with this girl named Yvette and one of Teddy's friends, Brinkley. And he asked me that I want to drink.
A young lady came past my face, and I looked at the numbers many times, so I invited her to have a seat with my friends and myself.
No, I didn't mind. I didn't feel any threat from any other woman. Are you kidding me? Teddy treated me like a princess.
So he says, well,